Joe or Erik?
Joe, start with you a little bit. Just your thoughts. Obviously, I doubt anybody was thrilled with the performance, but what did you think overall?
I mean, yeah, me and Erik was saying this in the locker room. I mean, this is called a trap game. You know, that one game before Christmas. No disrespect to them, but you play, you know, a low major team. And, you know, it's a trap. You know what I mean? It's to test where your mind is, you know, to test where you are as a team. And, you know, it was ugly. It wasn't pretty, but, you know, I'm glad we came out second half, you know, strong. And, you know, we won the game. Like, it wasn't pretty at all. I mean, we definitely have to tighten up on a lot of things, but I'm glad, you know, we got the win.
Erik, same for you.
Yeah, it was pathetic, man, to be honest. It's just a bad performance as a team, not individually. You know, not speaking for myself, but as a team performance, it wasn't good. Excuse me. No disrespect to them, but we should be done by 40. Obviously, we didn't help ourselves when it comes to metrics and numbers and whatnot, but, you know, a win is a win. I'm gonna take that every day of the week. But I was in the locker room pretty hot at halftime, and I was pretty hot after the game, to be honest. I was pretty quiet after the game. You know, but I'm just not pleased with it. You know, Joe touched on it. It was a little bit of a trap game, and those are never easy to play. You know, guys want to get on the plane instead of being here. It's part of it. You know, it's my 5th year playing college basketball, so I've seen a bunch of games like that. I don't know if I've ever lost a trap game, maybe my freshman year, but we were pretty close today against a team that shouldn't probably even be on the court with us.
Erik, obviously, Stony Brook had some size down low, so just sort of like a matchup, game planning kind of thing. Obviously, the guards did the work tonight. Is that kind of what you guys kind of had figured going into the game, or?
I wouldn't say we game planned for that, but they run. You know, when we were looking at their film, they run a bunch of funky little defenses. You know, they play man, they play zone. They didn't play any zone tonight, but they ran a triangle and 2 on the film, which we prepared for. I'd say, you know, enough. I don't know. Did they run that tonight? You know, their defense was so all over the place.
Yeah, it was.
You know, they ran. We call it like a jump D. You know, they put 2 guys on me and Joe or me and Trey or whatever, and the other guys would kind of zone up. No, I mean, no disrespect to them, but some of their defensive stuff that they did almost looked like that, you know, and felt like that at some points. But it was a lot of man-to-man. And you know, that big boy from what's his name, Fitzmaurice or whatever his name is, from Stanford. I played him 2 years ago when I was at Washington. So I mean, he's got length, he's got size, and you know, Jimmy struggled with it a little bit. I just feel like it's mental. We weren't all mentally there, and it showed.
Can you sense that during the game for both you guys?
Yeah.
What's kind of done to try to?
I could sense that in shoot around. I could sense that in warm ups. You guys tell, man. I'm always telling guys to lock in. Always telling guys to be focused. And we just weren't. We weren't for the Buffalo game in the first half. We weren't for this game for the first 30 minutes. So, just bad. 2 bad performances back to back, in my opinion. And if we do that, you know, our next 2 games will be coming back here 0-2 in Big 12 play.
Yeah, I mean, to touch up on that, you know, like you said, it was 2 back-to-back bad performances, but you know, I'm glad we got the W. You know, I think everybody's just ready to go home and see their families. So, you know, I think, you know, after we see our families, I think we're gonna regroup, lock in, come back with a better mindset. But I think everybody was just, you know, just like everybody else in the country, everybody's just ready to see their family. And you know, like I said, I'm just glad we got the W. And I mean, you know, we're gonna come back, regroup, and I promise we'll be better next game. Promise.
Was this an example of how, you know, when you're having a bad night, a dull night, you can find something in a pressure defense and light a fire a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, I think I touched on this during the Buffalo post game. Our defense kind of got our offense going a little bit in that second half. We got that 10-second call. We put 4 guards in the game, trying to speed it up, try and muck it up a little bit. I think it did its job. Obviously, we turned them over a little bit. We forced a couple air balls, kind of got the momentum on our side, and figured out a way to pull out the win. But that'd be better, man, for sure.
Joe, the 4-guard lineup, what positives and negatives when you guys go to that? What's good and what could be problematic?
I just think the only negative is us not rebounding. I mean, and we all could rebound. I mean, from me to Erik to Kobe to Seth to Toussaint Davis to Keedy to every guard on the team. I feel like we could all rebound. You know, I just feel like that's the only problem we might have. But on the upside, I love it. We can switch everything. We can pressure the ball like we did. I mean, at one point we were up 19. You know what I mean? And that's on us. You know, me, him, and Keedy to keep that lead. You know, not to bring it back down. That has to do with staying locked in and staying the course for the rest of the game. But I feel like there's a tremendous upside to playing 4 guards.
When you guys are struggling a little bit, Seth hit some big shots for you. I know you've talked about him before, but what kind of sort of microwave aspect is that for him?
He's here for a reason, just like everybody else on the bench. Just because people start, some people on the bench get more minutes than others, that means nothing. You know what I mean? Everybody on the bench can make shots. Everybody on the bench can score. You know what I mean? So like it's not surprising to me. I'm pretty sure it's not surprising to Erik. I mean, he makes shots. That's what he does. And we're happy for him. We're happy for that.
Yeah, I mean, he can make shots for us for sure. He's another guy that can stretch the floor for us, space it out. We've got to keep instilling confidence in him and Kobe and the bench guys. And I don't even really consider them bench guys because we played so many guys, so many minutes, But yeah, we just got to keep instilling confidence in those, I'd say, younger guys, Seth and Kobe and Toussaint passed up a shot tonight in the corner and ended up in a turnover. We just weren't mentally, on our P's and Q's tonight. But Seth did help us out, especially in that, late in that second half where he made 3 threes. I see he's 3 for 3 right here. That's 9 points right there. That's a big momentum split right there.
Erik, you were talking about how these kind of last 2 games are just kind of ho-hum, kind of. If it was the other way, things have gone well, then you kind of go into this break, everyone's happy, and Christmas, cookies, food, and you come back. And
We're still happy though.
Well, yeah.
We're still happy. Yeah, we're not mad.
I'm happy. I'm
Yeah,
just not pleased right
But
now.
the situation would be a lot different when you come back from
Yeah,
practice because, let's face it, Big 12 is
Yeah, I mean, Big 12 is the best league in the country.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I'm happy. I'm just not pleased with how we ended our, preseason. I think it's good for us though a little bit. It kind of humbles us a little bit. Not humbles everybody, but humbles, some guys. Because I've been on teams where I was 16-1, starting the season. I've been on teams where I was like 1-12 at the start of the season. So I've seen both sides, and I've been on a team that were battling for 500. I've been on a team that was a couple games above 500, at this time. So I think it's good for our team and our coaching staff, to be honest, our team wise, because we see what we need to work on, but we know what we need to work on. It's just a matter of going out there and working at it. And our coaching staff, obviously, they're more perfectionists than most of us. I'm a perfectionist for sure, but I'm kind of like them. But they definitely see things that we need to work on. And our leader, Coach Hugs, man, he's a perfectionist too. I don't even know if I've ever had a perfectionist like that. I feel like we played good some games. We come in the game and I feel like I lost by 20. So it's, I'm like, okay,
Right.
I got to prepare myself for this. But yeah, man, it kind of opens our eyes a little bit. But like Joe said, we're gonna go home. We're gonna see our family for a little bit. We're gonna regroup and we're gonna come back and win the Big 12.
Going back to the pressure a little bit, I know this team probably isn't built to do that 40 minutes like some past teams here, but have you found a little bit kind of a niche with some of the lineups that you have that you feel like you can use that at stretches, go against people with it?
Yeah, I think we for sure can throw that out there come conference play. I know there's a handful of teams that I know off the top of my head that have 4 men that we can have a guard that 4 man and be just fine. So I think more so we're gonna have to figure out what we're gonna do offensively with 4 guards in the game, whether it's dribble weave into a ball screen or space it and drive it, or run our motion and do different tweaks with it. I do think it's a weapon for us though, and we haven't even pulled out some of the things that we do in practice. defensively especially. So I think there's things that are going to be coming in the near future that are going to be good for us and bad for our opponents and good for the fan base. Our fan base is going to love it.
Okay, thank you, guys.
Thanks.